Hi, my name is Todd Stoll. I'm the Vice President for Education here at Jazz at Lincoln Center. And joining me this afternoon, author Stanley Crouch. And we're here to talk a little bit about Duke Ellington. So, one of our favorite subjects, as it were. So, Mr. Crouch, can you give us kind of a general overview of Duke Ellington in American culture? I mean, he wore so many different hats. Whether it be band leader, pianist, celebrity, cultural role model. How is it in 2013 that we look back on Duke Ellington and his stature in our culture?
He represented a certain sense of popular culture, if we want to call it that is basically dissipated. That is, that the very fact that you have a very popular person named Lil Wayne, that suggests that there's something that has gone wrong. Mm-hmm. Because there's nothing in Duke Ellington's music or the music of all the people who surrounded him, all the jazz musicians, all the pop musicians, all the burlesque musicians, all the minstrel musicians. There's nothing that has the kind of polluting quality that Lil Wayne, who has discovered how to not sing but create a very vulgar rhyming scheme. Now, in Duke Ellington's music and in the way he thought, he would say things like, the blues is about the world's greatest duet, a man and a woman going steady. And if neither one of them feels like singing them, the blues just vamps till ready.
Till ready, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That meaning that the blues is going to come to you in some form if a man and a woman are together. See, it's never going to be perfect all the time, and it may get very bad sometime. It may get tragic. It may get humorous. It may get a lot of things. So see, the first problem when we're talking about Duke Ellington is that he had a higher vision of the people he was talking about, and the people he was talking about were basically, essentially at the beginning, were basically the Negro Americans of the period who aspired to a certain level of freedom that came through education and quality. His vision of music was just like his composition, so you could have the most primitive player right next to a very sophisticated player. Mm-hmm. And his feeling was that they went together. Because to him, if you had sophistication without a blue gut bucket kind of a reference point, or one that was constantly being interjected into the statement, then the statement wasn't complete. If you're not ready to sing the blues will just vamp till you're ready to, right? Because you are going to sing them, right? So
no, that's it. It comes to everybody eventually.
Right.
Or as Wynton Marsalis has said his grandmother used to say, "There's a board for every bottom."
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, this woman told me that. No, I read it in some magazine, some interview with B.B. King. He said that he had found himself on Park Avenue, and people started telling him stories. That alone is
kind of amusing.
Yeah, so people started telling stories. He said they sounded as much like blues as any stories I'd heard people tell.